Good evening, friends. It's me, Fox, the girl who makes the planner videos without a catchy saying at the beginning. Yeah, that one. This was last week. Don't even look over here. I didn't fill out shit over here. I did fill out some other stuff. I apologize that I sound like I'm dying. I have been having a situation since Friday night, which I'll talk about. Anyway, this was last week. I did fill in some things. We did end up doing the runner family hangout that night, which was really, really nice. And then I had my races. We ended up skipping 80s night because of said situation that I'm talking about. And then I had forgotten that we were having this brunch with our friends, which started at 1:30. And I thought, how long can brunch go? As it turns out, brunch can go 7 hours. It was a 7-hour brunch. It was amazing. But needless to say, all these things over here, they didn't quite get done yesterday because we were brunching for 7 hours, and then I just came home, went to bed, waited for husband to call me downstairs and say that the pizza had arrived, got up, ate some of the pizza, decided it was too much pizza because I've had too much food at brunch, and I just went back to bed. So anyway, I did like having these little things in here every day, so I'm gonna keep doing with this, with my creative morning situations. So we are now on the week of August 12th through the 18th. How the fuck is it halfway through August right now? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just taking it one day at a time, and those days are just flying by in front of my face. So I'm using this kit from Pansy's Prints. It's called Summer Meadow, and it is really cute, like daisies and little birdies, and I love it. So let's get in here and you can listen to my snarkulous self as I tell you about my life. I only printed, I think there were 4 or 5 pages that came with this kit, and I only printed these 2 because this really had everything that I needed. Basically, I had my date covers, my little borders, and then my regular stuff here. And I thought that would be enough to get me through with some of these little dudes over here if I want to make some short to-do lists. I'm trying to figure out if I have a washi that I would like to use across the top. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to go with the date covers right now. Keep it simple. Anyway, last week I did 2... kind of 3 races, as I talked about. The first one was the Liberty Mile on Friday night, which is just a 1-mile race. The second one's a 2-parter. It's called Two-Face. The cicadas, by the way, are out there just wrecking my life right now, so if you hear them, I'm sorry. I don't want to not have the window open because it's like seasonable, and having the window open is happy for me. But the cicadas are out there having a jam session in the tree next to my window. Good stuff. Anyway, Two-Face is a road 10K followed by a trail 10K. So it's technically 2 races, but the majority of us who run it run both parts of it. So it's just like one 20K race, essentially. But Friday night was the Liberty Mile. And so the Liberty Mile is just a 1-mile race downtown. And their slogan is, how fast can you run one? And you're supposed to be able to be like, try to get your fastest time and see how speedy you can do a single mile, and like you can try out for the faster portion of it by doing a track test like in the month before or whatever. But I didn't do any of that because my life was chaos the month of July. I didn't even think about it, but I was trying to go for a new PR. So my fastest mile time prior to Friday night was a 7:52 mile that I did last summer while I was starting to train for my relay that I ran. And so I was doing speed work, and so my coach had me do a mile test, which is like you run 1 mile, easy pace at the track to warm up, and then you do your second mile as fast as you can, and then you base your speed work off of that. So based on what it was a 7:52, so she used that decide what my 5K pace, my 10K pace, my half pace, and my marathon pace would be based off of that. And then she would give me like assignments, running assignments. So I did that then, and I haven't done one since then, and I haven't really been doing speed work because I didn't do any speed work training during marathon training for the marathon in April because she just wanted me to work on endurance training and not speed. Well, I'm trying to go for a half marathon PR in the fall if possible, and so we're going to be starting to do speed work again. So I thought, you know what? Why not do the Liberty Mile? I've never done it before. Give it a shot. My friends had done it previous years. My friend Carla had done the live stream of it, which was a lot of fun to follow along. And I was having some FOMO last year that I didn't do it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. So I wanted to beat that goal. And we got down there and I did my warm-up mile and I was feeling like anxious as fuck. and it started at 7 o'clock, and they have, it's called the One for Fun, which is like not super speedy humans doing their 1 mile race, adults. They have the Pup Trot, which are dogs that run a mile, and then they have the Toddler Trot or something like that, which is the kids race. They all start at 7, and I think technically they're supposed to be like, okay, the adults go first, and then the kids, and then the dogs or whatever, but they just started everybody, and they did start in waves, but there was like no rhyme or reason to the waves. So in any case, I was in the second wave, and there were like 7 or 8 kids in that wave, and so like I got out, tried to take off running fast, and probably like tripped over 2 children, because kids don't understand at that point that you don't just run and then suddenly stop without any warning in a race. They don't understand that whole like, if you're going to stop or walk, put your arm up, let the people behind you know not to smash into you. They don't really do that. So anyway, it was a little bit chaotic, but as I was coming around, you do half a mile, and then you have a, well, I guess a little bit less than half a mile, then you have a turn, then you do the rest of the little bit less than half a mile, and that's when you come to the finish. So there's just like a, it's like this shape. It's like this, and then your turn, and then this, okay? So coming down here, I felt okay. Coming around the turn, when I came around the turn for the final half mile, I'm like, Jesus, my lungs are like on fire. I don't know what's going on. But I wasn't looking, I was just running by feel for the first 3/4 of the mile. And then I figured when I saw the 3/4 mile sign, I would look at my watch, see if I was close to this goal that I had. And if I was, then I'd push it. And if I wasn't, then I would just be like, okay, just finish whatever pace I'm doing. Well, I realized I was like very far ahead, that if I could keep up that pace, I would easily hit it. But my lungs were just like not feeling good. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I slowed it down a little bit. I was still able, even with slowing it down a little bit, to still hit my goal. So I did, I took 9 seconds off. 7:43 was my final time. So I took 9 seconds off my PR. But after it, I couldn't stop coughing, and I started sneezing, and my whole nose was congested. And several other people that I ran with were like the same situation. They were like, could not stop coughing after it. And there was like a big thread on one of our running groups about, I will tell you what I'm filling in first of all. This is, I'm going to be my creative morning in these little cute things here, and then I'm going to put in my work. So I work today 9 to 6. It's Monday night, by the way. I didn't have time to do this morning. I'll tell you why. Anyway, so there was a big thread on one of our running groups about like, did anybody else have chest tightness and feel like your lungs were bleeding? And they gave us like these little towels. UPMC was one of the sponsors, and they gave us like a fitness towel, like one of those moisturizing ones. And I was like, oh, I have my tuberculosis towel that I can cough my blood into, because literally that's how my lungs felt. We were gonna go out to dinner with some of my girlfriends after, and I could not stop sneezing, and I sound congested now. I sounded worse that day. And so we ended up just going home. We were supposed to go out dancing, and I was like, I can't even leave the house. Like, we just got we actually ordered pizza twice this weekend, and I couldn't even taste the pizza because I was so congested. It was that bad. So anyway, I did hit my goal, but I don't know what was in the air, but we were all suffering and struggling with it. So, but I'm very proud of myself, and Coach was super proud of me, and my dad's super proud of me. He saves all of my fastest times as text messages on his cell phone. He has like an old flip phone, and so he can't really he has to delete messages every so often, but he always keeps my best race times. So he had texted me like right before, you can beat 7:50, and I was like, I don't know if I can, and I did, and it was okay. But it was fun. I don't know that I would do it again, because it was so chaotic that, you know, if they had done it in waves and you weren't like dodging the children and the dogs were okay, because the dogs usually were like running to the side of the road, so you weren't like running into them. But the kids were just like everywhere. I've done one other race that had a lot of kids in it, and it was the Superhero 5K, and that's for a children's charity, and like I understand why there are a lot of kids, but they need to like release the kids at a different time, because kids just will stop in front of you, and they're little, and you don't see them, and you're just like running. Oh my God, there's something in front of me. And it's, yeah, it could be dangerous. It could be very dangerous. As opposed to, we ran the Brentwood 4th of July 5K, there were a lot of kids in that, but they were all running with their parents, and their parents were all like runners, like coaching their kids on like, okay, this is what you should do. Or like Girls on the Run. I did run a Girls on the Run 5K out in Vegas when I was there for the planner conference, and that was fine because they had all been trained and they had been coached, and they knew this is how you do things. So that's my rant about children need to learn not to stop in races. I am drinking in my Alliance World of Warcraft champagne glass some 3-day-old champagne because it's Monday night and I can do what I want. So this morning, I plan to do my planner this morning before work. Here's what I plan to do. Yesterday, I thought, brunch is at 1:30. We'll be home. I can do laundry and my meal plan, tidy my desk, do my Biggest Loser check-in, which I did actually do that because I had to do that in the morning because I'd forgotten to do it earlier in the week, and tidy the downstairs table. And then I would film my plan with me. Little did I know that we were going to attend a 7-hour brunch and we were just going to be sitting in the sun, drinking rum and playing giant Jenga. So none of this shit got done. So I set my alarm this morning for 6 and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get all my stuff together. I had all my plan with me, stuff ready to go. I had my sheets ready to print, set up my camera, get all set to do it this morning before I go into work, and I realized I don't have any kind of blinds or curtains on our upstairs office window. And in the summer, we get direct sunlight into this window, and so it was casting like this thing, it was like this of sunlight across the entire planner, and I was like, fuck. So I didn't do that. What I ended up doing was some trip planning, which was still, I will consider that to be a creative morning. We are going to Kentucky for Labor Day weekend, and we are starting to make the plans right now. And we normally go to the Finger Lakes. We're not going this year because the other people that we went with, it all fell through. One of the couples, the wife is having a baby the day that we were supposed to be in the Finger Lakes, and so a bunch of other things, and so we are skipping that trip. And so we decided we're just going to go to Kentucky and see the Bourbon Trail, see the horse park, and then there's a national park there. There's Mammoth Cave is down in southern Kentucky, and I really want to see that. So I was working on that, trying to find us a place, a dog-friendly Airbnb. So that's what I did this morning. Then I worked 9 to 6. I have my little, as always, I have my to-do list of things so that I stay on track while I'm doing these videos. And I'm gonna use another one of these little things here. Now I'll put my film plan with me on here. I was supposed to do it yesterday. Film. I love, this is like, I think I talked about this. I think I might have used, did I use this guy last week? Yeah, this brown is like the juiciest pen. It's like, look how nice even when I'm not doing like fancy lettering, like it just looks nice because it's a juicy pen. Juicy pens, highly underrated. So anyway, I'm proud of myself for my PR at the Liberty Mile, but chaotic, and I'm still feeling sick. That's the end result of this. This is what I was trying to get at, was I am still feeling sick even though it's now Monday and this happened on Friday night. I still am feeling like I don't know what's going on. So tonight we're going to the Cage in a little bit here once I'm done with this. I do have to make Layla's cake. So Layla's birthday is Tuesday, tomorrow, the 13th. I will have to bake her cake before we go. It just has to, it's like a pre-made dog cake, and bake Layla cake. I'll have to do that. And that way I have icing for it, but I will not have to put that on tonight. I can wait and let it sit overnight and cool off, and then I can do that tomorrow before the party. So the party is actually tomorrow. The other thing is I need to get some like snacks and stuff. I don't know what, there's only like, it's just my girlfriends from the shelter, Layla's aunties. There's gonna be 6 of us, including husband. 7 if you include Layla herself. And so I just need to get food, like snackies. I'm gonna get, I think, I might make a buffalo chicken dip. I'm gonna get some shrimps and get some just chips and dip and maybe a veggie tray or something like that. Just some easy stuff. But I was gonna go to the grocery store right after work, and I wanted to get home and let the dog out first, so I ended up not doing that. So I guess I'm gonna use this one here for the party. So I do have to run. Let me put that in there too, actually. I do have to do a momentary, I'm probably gonna run before work. That's probably gonna be what my creative morning is. It's gonna be running. I only have 3 miles tomorrow. I do have to vent for a moment about an Erin Condren situation, okay? We got these new stickers. I have been using these since I had a planner. Now, in the back of every Erin Condren planner, they always give you some of these. Oh my god, my voice is like cracking. Oh, I am gonna use some of these happy birthday and celebrates here. Take these out while I'm back here. I actually didn't know they had these to-dos because I always am bitching that I need more to-dos. So that's good to know that these are back here. I never really use the Erin Condren stickers because it's like, I don't know, I just don't. But they always give you these, like at least one sheet of these, and these are the customizable stickers and you handwrite in on your own. But you can print them and you can order them pre-printed with whatever your custom stuff is on the website, which is what I always do, and that's what this is, Cage Residency, all these ones. You see me using them every week. Well, I went to order, as I said, I ran out of long run stickers, so I went to order more, and you are required to do a little icon. And so I'm like, okay, well there's gotta be like a running shoe or a fitness watch or something like that. There was nothing related to running. There was every other fucking sport. There was like the football, there was like cheerleading, there was no running. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? So I went with this little spider because I like spiders. And nothing matched running, so I might as well just use an animal that I like. So I did get these, but I'm a little bit pissed. The font is much smaller and you have less space for lettering. So like I like this bigger font and you have more letters because you don't have an icon. You have to use an icon as far as I could find on this. So not as happy with these as I have been. Eventually I would like to learn to like just make them on my Silhouette. I'm not very good at the Silhouette software. In my defense, the Silhouette software is kind of janky all the time, but that's where I'd like to get to because these have gone downhill the last 2 times that I've gotten them, and now this, it's like, I mean, spiders are cute, but anyway. So it's Layla's birthday, so I'm gonna do happy birthday here. I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move that. Happy birthday. I'm gonna put this guy down here. And it's actually Layla's auntie Michelle is also, I think she's also a Leo, so we're gonna celebrate both of them. I was gonna lose lettering chicken, so I just went with Layla birthday. And then celebrate. And the girls are coming over at 7:30 p.m. So I have to, I kind of tidied the house up tonight when I got home from work. And I've been really keeping a good eye on the house, so it's really not much to do anyway, but I do have to figure out food. And we have like a plethora of wine, so we're good with wine and beverages. Wednesday, I work 9 to 6. After work, I'm going straight to meet the girls for a run. And I think this is gonna be 5 to 6 miles, question mark. I don't actually know. By the time we get home, it's gonna be late. I'm not gonna be motivated, so I'm just gonna snack on Trader Joe's stuff probably for dinner. And then Thursday as well, I work. That's my last day for the week. So there's my mornings. I worked on photos last week, which is nice. I have a lot of photos. Okay, do you want to see how many photos? You don't want to see this. Yeah, this is what I have. I made a list of all the photos that I have to edit, and this is not accurate anymore because I have some of these I can cross off and some of these that I have to add. And I've been working through I had almost 6,600 cell phone photos from 2017. I got all of 2016 done. I have 2015 and 2017. I'm actually surprised that I have that many from 2015 because I don't think I had a nice cell phone camera back then. But anyway, I've been working through 2017. And so I have February, March, April, and I'm almost done with May. So those are all done. But yeah, I'm not doing like serious edits on these, but just kind of like deleting blurry ones and putting them in the correct chronological order and writing down the names of the dogs that are in the pictures because I don't want to forget the names of the dogs, and some of them I'm already like sending them to my stalker auntie group. That's the girls that are coming over tomorrow night. We call ourselves the stalker aunties because we're like obsessed with the dogs that we walk, and we will. That's how, I think I told you guys about Cam. I'll show a picture of Cam right now. There's Cam. It's fucking adorable. He was one of our shelter dogs that we had for several months. And we are now friends with his parents, which worked out for them because we babysat him while they had to go home to Portugal to visit family this summer. But we call ourselves the stalker aunties. And anyway, I've been like sending pictures to them. Like, do you remember who this dog is from March of 2017? And they're like, no, but we'll figure it out together. And we usually do. So I've been working on those pictures every morning. They go by pretty quickly, and that's why I was saying my goal was to like average 100 photos a day because I can sit down in a couple hours and go through several hundred on a day off. But I've been enjoying it a lot, and it's making me feel like I'm accomplishing something, but that's what I've been mostly doing with my creative mornings, just working on that. I do want to share with you, I'm not going to do power sheets today because this is a long video already, I can sense it. But I'm going to share with you my wellness planner that I've been working on. So the only other thing I have to do, and I'm going to put it on Wednesday, I keep getting a call from E-Trade that I have to exercise my stock options. I am not grown up enough for that. I have to figure out what the fuck it is. I just keep ignoring the call. But they said something is expiring on the 15th, so I'm like, I guess I got to deal with it on the 14th. So I'm just going to write E-Trade in this juicy ass pen, question mark, question mark, question mark, because I'm very confused. So I got to do that and figure that out. Thursday is actually my last day for weigh-in for this challenge of Biggest Loser. I'm not going to put that on there right now because I know I have a sticker for it somewhere and I don't know where that is. Friday morning I walk dogs, 7 to 9. And we'll put one of my little rose paper party pity faces on here. Whee! Therapy. Oh my god, we have, wait a minute, let me share her with you. Come adopt her. There she is. That's Espresso. Yes, she is cross-eyed. Yes, she has no teeth. And yes, she is perfect in every way. Isn't she cute? We have a bunch of senior pitties right now, and I can't fucking keep my shit together for senior pit bulls because I love them so hard. Anyway, block dogs. Then I'm lifting with Alex, my trainer, after that. Dog walk is 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then lifting is at 10 a.m. And then I have therapy. And I don't have therapy stickers anymore because I used them all up and I thought I wasn't going to therapy. And then my life decided to become chaos and I've gone back to therapy. So I'm just going to use this right here for therapy. That's at noon. And then I don't know. Then the rest of the weekend is mine. That's not true. I have running. Therapy is in like a similar part of town as lifting. So then I don't know what's going on here. Saturday, I know I have a bunch of shit to do around the house and I just don't know what it is. So I'm gonna put this here, fill in later. Same situation with Sunday. I know I'm gonna have to like meal plan and meal prep and all that. And that'll work itself out when it does. And let me get one of my little spider long run stickers because Saturday night's all right for running. We have a prank run that night. I don't know, I had to check in with Coach and see how many miles she needs me to do. I have a cutback week coming up and it's either this week or next week and I'm gonna try to see if I can situate it to be next week because I work next Saturday and I'd rather, whoop, I can never do the letter N, I just can't. Okay. I would rather do like my long run if it's gonna be like 15 or 17 miles or whatever. I'd rather do it with these guys because I love them. And then next week do my cutback week of like 8 or 10 miles or whatever when I have to be by myself for my long run. So we'll see. I gotta check in with Coach and see what's going on. I haven't talked to her since Friday night, so I gotta see. I don't have a calendar, as I said. I don't have a calendar for this training cycle, which I normally do, and I normally rely on the calendar. And it's gonna make me a little like, to not have it, but at the same time, that's kind of what I'm trying to get used to in my life is when unexpected things happen. Even as a planner girl, you can get through them. That's been the theme of summer 2019. So it is what it is. I'm working with it. It's kind of like, it's good for me to change it up a little bit. So then I guess I got 3 to 4 miles on Sunday, question mark. I don't know, I gotta figure out. She wants me to do like 2 3 to 4 mile runs, 1 long run, and then 1 6 to 8 miler. So I think I'm gonna do the 6 miler Wednesday night, and then we'll see what Saturday night with the prank crew brings. So 2 things that I wanted to share, actually 3 things I like. First is that I did print some habit trackers. So this is one thing I like from Erin Condren, that's a new thing. And that is, we can now print these little custom things as habit trackers. So I got, well this is, I'm all excited to use these, but they're like a whole thing. It's a whole, what? All right, we gotta get scissors out. Okay, I did not expect this. So maybe I like this even like a little bit less than I thought I did. Anyway, I got these habit trackers printed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's got 7 on there. So there's my no dishes in the sink. And my 30 minutes creative, which I am writing them in here. I don't know why these are printing, or these are all long strips, because like in what reality would you use an entire row of habit trackers in one long strip? You have to cut them like this, right? I don't know. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 of them. I don't know. So anyway, I was excited about these. It's nice to have a custom habit tracker, but I only got 2 of them because I was like stressing the day that I was ordering this stuff. So I was like, I don't know what to do. So anyway, that's what we are there. I think that is mostly everything to make sure I got it all off of my list. So there's the week. I like to still put my little thingies on my days when I work. It's a good visual. So yeah, this is my weekend off. Like now, once my partner's back from maternity leave, I'll be off this day too, so I'll have 6 days off in a row. Right now I just have 4. Weekend sticker there. Okay. And this is from a separate trip. This is from that creative sticker company. Because there was a weekend sticker that came with this, but it was on a page with a bunch of other stuff I wasn't going to use, so I didn't even print it. So this is my week. It's a weird situation again because I don't really have any plans this weekend, and I know we're going to do stuff. We're going to run Saturday night, but I don't really know like what else is going on, and so I'm going to wait to fill that in and see. I don't know if there's any dance nights Friday or what. I don't know. We'll look at that and figure that out. the thing I did want to share is my wellness planner. I have made a little bit of progress on it. So this is the Happy Planner Wellness Planner, and I just started it. I have not filled out anything on the monthly calendar yet, and it's a little sticky. I did do my August goals. I have to keep filling in these little stickers. I have all these stars from one of these Happy Planner sticker kits. But you do your like 3 goals for the month. For 1 month, what are you gonna work on every single day and track? So mine's tracking the macros, even when I'm eating shit. Like yesterday, I have to figure out what the fuck I ate at this 7-hour-long brunch. How I'm strengthening my mind, how I'm strengthening my body, what I'm loving about myself. So you fill these things out at the beginning of the month. And then what I'm doing is each week, it has some like cool things on here, how I spent my time unplugged running, obviously. What I was reading that week, what I was listening to. We watched Midsummer. I don't know if I talked about this last week or not. It was very interesting. It's a little creepy, a lot creepy, but not really scary, and had a strangely satisfying, creepy ending. So we went and saw that week, so that's what I put on my watching. But I am doing, I know this is as far as I've gotten so far. I bought some photo paper to print these things, and then I'm using this sticker maker that I got at Go Wild. I don't know if I love it or not, or if it's like would be worth it to just use a glue stick. So far I haven't decided. So this is a Pomsky. It's a Pomeranian Husky. I don't know how that mix works, but she came to visit. She's one of our runner club's dogs, and she came to visit at our run, and then there were nice flowers on our little run on Sunday. So I am very happy that I bought this. It's a little bit more structured than I've been doing, like training bullet journals for my last couple big races. And this is a little bit more structured and a little bit more related to overall wellness and not just fitness, so I like it. So, and then that's my planner for the week. Oh, and I did want to show you the medal for Two Face this year. So I did do the Two Face race, the 10K road race and 10K trail race. The trail race was a little bit harder this year than last year because they had some mudslides, so they had to reroute it. And we had about 60 extra feet of elevation, which is not too much, but the trail was very dry. And so it was the downhills. Usually you can make up time on the downhills on a trail run, and we could not, because I just could not get a good stride or get a good grip coming down on the downhills because the trail was so dry. So, but then this is their medal this year. I showed you the picture last week of last year's, which was the interlocking pieces. They just did a 2-sided medal this year. So they have the 10K road race with the straight lines in the road, and then the 10K trail race with the hilly lines and the glitter. Look, it's green glitter. It's like Slytherin. So I really liked it. I was not sure if I was going to like the medal this year or not, and I ended up really loving it. I like my road race side is a little bit janky. I don't know what they did when they printed that, but I like it, the trail race side better. So anyway, that is my week. Subscribe if you have not, and if you want to see more videos like this. If you have anything that you are curious about in my life and you want to know more about, leave a comment and I'll talk about it in next week's video. My goals going forward are that I'm going to plan on Sundays, since I'll have every Sunday off. I'll film on Sundays, and I should have the videos up Monday nights. That's not going to happen this week because 7-hour-long brunch. Look, here's a picture of us at 7-hour-long brunch. It was a nice time. Yeah, it was worth the 7 hours, but just really didn't plan on it being 7 hours, if you know what I mean. So that's all for now. Have a great week, everybody.